that as we continue to take a look at what has gone on in the San Diego area today. Joining us now is former El Cajon police officer and criminal justice professor Kevin LaChapelle to talk about what he's seen today. Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Big change so far locally from what we have seen yesterday. Hopefully, for the most part, the peace, we can maintain that overnight. What's your reaction to what's gone on today?
I think it's very unfortunate. The good thing, I think, is the San Diego agencies have very good collaboration with each other and support. And I think they've done a good job. I think that it's critical that, we want to have free speech for people and retain that, but you also want to make sure that you're protecting the citizens. And so you can't have a time where you retreat and then you have people that are attacking citizens with violence and setting things on fire and looting and all of that. So it's a tough thing. These officers have a very difficult job. I can't even imagine what they're all going through and trying to do the best job they possibly can in very difficult circumstances.
Yes, and as you saw what was happening in downtown, I mean, officers and the demonstrators face to face, looking at each other, kind of waiting things out, how it was going to unfold. How do you think that was handled?
Well, I was looking at the officers, and I can only imagine how many officers are contemplating inside, saying that they too did not like what they saw in the killing of that man. But they also have to preserve the peace and do the best they can to make sure that they keep things under control. And so, they're probably really restraining themselves and doing the best they can to have self-control, but also to be wise, because they're in a very dangerous situation with things being thrown at them that can cause very serious injury.
And talk about in daylight today, it seemed like things were holding together pretty good. And now as things have, as we've gone into the night, that some spots seem to be unraveling a little bit. That's got to be a much different mindset for law enforcement as they have to deal with people in darkness. Tough to see in some spots, and we're seeing kind of some things shake up downtown tonight.
Yeah, nighttime is very dangerous because of your lack of visibility, but also you have bad actors that start coming into play in the evenings that kind of hijack the actual protest and start using it for other agendas and inciting violence, and those are the most dangerous things that you face.
Now, earlier when we were talking, you had mentioned about the challenge to trying to distinguish between legitimate protesters and perhaps people coming in from out of the area with the goal of nothing more than to just create problems.
The reality is, as soon as someone would actually hurt through violence innocent people and start looting and burning things down, that's where you have to draw the line. That's not a protest. That is lawlessness. And to be honest, I think initially they should have had the National Guard deployed after the first night, because most experts really look at this and saw this was going to continue to escalate. But you can't allow that. Government's primary role is to protect its citizens. And so you can't have people just lawlessly running around and then all these citizens and communities losing their livelihood with businesses burned down and all of these things. It's very, very tragic.
And you mentioned the National Guard, and we are seeing more of that, especially in the LA area. Kevin LaChapelle, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for that insight.
Thank you.
All right.